Hey guys, this is Shelly at Twinpossible. Thank you for joining me. I just want to talk a little about my twins in a few days. Well, it's the 24th now. By the time I get the video up, it'll be past their birthday. Oh no, yeah, I'm just really busy. But today's the 24th of February, and of course the damn stinking month has to have 28 days only in it, which sucks. I wish it was the longest month ever, but it's not. So sadly, we only have 28 days, which means that we have only 4 days if we count today, 3 without, and 2. 5 days left. 5 till my babies turn 4. It seems impossible. I started these videos and I started my blog when they were just little babies. They were just like 6 weeks old, and then I put all my diaries from like my journal entries and stuff from my pregnancy that I kept and put them on my blog. But the blog and my videos are like 3 years old. No, almost 4 years. Yeah, 4 years old. I mean, it seems like 1 to 2. 0 to 1 seems huge. 1 to 2 seems huge. 2 to 3 seems huge. 3 seems bigger. And 3 to 4 just seems like the ultimate. It seems like the biggest jump there is. 3, 4. And then you might as well just say they're in school, and that's the end of it. It's so sad, I swear to God. I've been watching videos, I've been putting together videos on YouTube about them, I've been looking at pictures, I've been crying, thinking about how freaking fast the last 4 years of my life went. It feels like I was just pregnant. I don't know how those little babies, because they still are my babies. I call them babies. They actually are the only ones of my children that ever said, "We're little babies, Mom. We're babies. We're little girls." They're not trying to be older than they are, which is wonderful because I don't want them to be. They're my last. I want them to stay little forever. So I said to them, "Will you stay 3 forever?" They go. Now they realize they got to turn 4, so they're like, "Well, we'll stay 4 forever." I said, "Okay, deal. All right. Still got you at 4. But all the love and they fight and they love and they fight and they love, and it's stressful. It's a lot of work. I mean, they're like constantly on the go. But I think that's part of what keeps you young, and it just gives you a lot of, some stress, but it gives you a lot of joy and a lot of laughs and a lot of good times that, you when you have older children and you've already been down these roads, you know that you're going to hear the sass, and you're going to get attitudes, and you're going to have kids going out with their friends and being embarrassed by you and not wanting to be seen with you and being like, "Mom, okay, I can do it by myself." And you kind of like hold on all the more to these precious babies and these memories, and you just don't even want to move. You just want time to stand still. But in fact, this is probably, no, it is absolutely the fastest of any of my children's lives that are gone by. These twins. Excuse me. Saliva went down the wrong pipe. Somebody call an ambulance. I'm alone. This isn't uploaded yet. Okay, sorry. But you remember when you have your first baby and you're pushing them to crawl, you're pushing them to walk, you want them to do everything, and then at your last you're like, "Take it easy, don't bother. Go ahead, you got time. You got all the time in the world." You kind of just want to baby them forever. And I'm glad they want to be my babies, but I know there's a matter of time where they're just going to turn around and say, "Mom, I got this." And they are independent to a degree, and they want to do things on their own. But they haven't shut me out, and they hug me and love me up, and I eat it up. I'm not going to lie. And I know, I've been to the other side of the spectrum where they just want their freedom, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Install GPS, chips in their butts, before they get to those, I wouldn't even say teen years anymore. Teen back in my day is 10, 11 now? Tween years, and gosh, you really just got to worry, especially with girls. It's just like a scary world. I mean, it's scary for everybody. I mean, it's just like, if it's 10 times worse than it was for our generation, though bad things happened, gotta admit, they happen more. I mean, I don't know what's going on. there are like mutants being born or something, but it is worse. And I know there's a lot more publicized, but like with girls, it's just even more scary. It might be a double standard, but I've had tons, so I know that it's like, it is true, and you do worry more, and like, girls are hard, and I actually think they are harder, and a lot of people will agree with me, and there might be a few that won't, but I just, like, as much as I love all my children, it's just like you just want to baby these two to death and just don't let them go. And I feel so bad for, like, you know, when I found out I was pregnant, I was so overjoyed. After almost 4 years of trying, I was, like, so thankful God blessed me. And then to find out it was twins, I was, like, in a way, upset. I was devastated to a point. I don't want to say devastated because I feel guilty saying it, but at the same time, I shouldn't feel guilty because I know I'm not the only one who felt the way that I felt. And my husband felt the same way. How are we going to care for twins? How are we going to love, you know, how are we going to let it all go around? How are we going to do two at once? How are we going to make our marriage and finances and everything else work? And money, my husband just got a pay cut, and a whole bunch of things said, no twins, not for us, no, no, no. And you know what? I am a firm believer that everything works out in the end, but at the same time, I was downright petrified. I was petrified about my body. I was petrified more so about just being able to keep everybody in my family happy and have enough money to let them do the things they enjoyed, like basketball and dance and gymnastics and all the sports and stuff. And because I'm a firm believer in not having more children than you can afford to give your all to. It's not about being spoiled. It's just like giving, you know, as much attention as you can and like letting them have some advantages in life that they can do things instead of just like have 20 kids just so I could say, I had 20 kids, folks, look at me, I'm wonderful. So like, it's just sad because they're growing, and I know they're girls and they're beautiful. They've been beautiful since the day they were born, but look at these pictures. They're just gorgeous. They've been gorgeous since day one, and they're just so different, and like they're so unique and special and wonderful, and just, you know, all the time that I spent worrying and stressing over the things that didn't happen. I mean, yes, is it harder monetarily? Yes. Does it take a toll on the marriage? But yeah, but so does any amount of children. And you know what? You get through it. You do get through it. And I always heard people saying what a blessing twins are. And when they were in my stomach, I didn't feel that way. I didn't feel that way until I held them in my arms. And it's still then I was like, what am I going to do here? I don't know. Pull around the truck, my hun bun. Get the kids in the car from the hospital because I don't know how long I can do this. How do you feed two? How do you change two? How do you do everything with two? And it just comes natural. So if you're pregnant with twins, please don't get spooked because honestly, as afraid as I was, it was so much better than I ever anticipated, even though I have the craziest set of twins that I've ever run into. It still is totally, I agree with them now, and I don't shun them off and like, you know, like, oh yeah, right, sure, it's double blessing. How about double freaking heart attack? No, it's not. It is a double blessing. And like you've had one child, it's nothing compared to it. You see two together, the way they interact, the way that, like, you know, it's not even just the way they interact. They have their, you watch two different personalities develop at the same time, same phases, same stages at the same time. You get, like, to see things that you just don't get to see when you're doing it one at a time. And one at a time is very special, and I felt very guilty, like, how am I going to give my all to two at a time when a newborn needs, like, you know, and an infant needs, like, so much attention. But you balance it. You balance it. You juggle. You juggle. The jealous sibling thing, that was the hardest part, but To think that my babies now are turning 4, it just breaks my heart. If I could rewind right now and go back to the day they were born, even the whole pregnancy, as beautiful as it was. Yeah. It was good in comparison to what it could have been. Let's put it that way. But if I could go back, I would. And I'd relive it all over again. I always miss them, little. You know what? Sleepless nights. All that stuff, you know, it turns out to be totally worth it. And it's just so much more different because I've been to the other place 3 times and it's just different. It's like always something funny going on. Always a reason to grab your camera, video things. It's just like, it's amazing. It's a miracle, but I just wish I could grab all that back and start over again. But I can't. And so, since I am unable to jump in a time machine, I would like to wish Annalise and Alessandra a very, very happy, happy 4th birthday from her mommy, who loves them so much. The best birthday ever. And I do all I can for you, and I hope to God that you girls know how loved you are, not just by me, but by your daddy and your siblings. And it's just hard. I can't. 3 to 4, it just... We love you. So, like Teddy on those Charlie videos, okay. Good luck, Annie and Allie. And good luck, Michaela. We all love you. YouTube loves you. The whole world loves you. And I wish you nothing but wonderful, wonderful life experiences, great years, great memories to come. Not just with me, but beyond me, into the rest of your lives. And I just hope the next years go a little bit slower. A lot slower. How about that? Alright. I just wanted to give a little tribute video there. Get my piece out and that's it. Show a little emotion.